I've been with BK for around 20 months now, so a little bit over a year and a half. Really happy with the overall experience. It's been quite a journey. I was just joining the team when the COVID crisis hit. So I was only landing in the business, understanding how it was, managed. It had been always one of the brands that I have admired deeply because of the boldness and the leadership that it represents within the industry, as well as it's a market leader, but at the same time, the brand has been an underdog for many years, and yet it has managed to really, tame the monster and really re-break through in its categories. I was just joining the brand, and then, as I mentioned, COVID hit. So it was I would say, a catalyst, because we needed to really transform the business and really accelerate an agenda. Yes, we had the digital transformation agenda on our end, but it wasn't necessarily priority number one. So clearly, after the rules of the game changed with COVID coming in, the different habits of our guests and consumption habits in general, restrictions and everything else around the day-to-day that changed for everyone. I guess that's a constant for everyone in the world, not just here in Latin America. So we have to really step up the gas and really face a challenging business situation. Of course, there was a lot of pressure from our franchisees, a lot of pressure from the business itself when it comes to sales and profitability. But we have to really focus on dialing up the priorities related to availability, convenience, and in general, the digital focus, right? How do we ensure that we are available in as many channels as we can be, and obviously having the best guest experience possible, regardless of the channel, right? So if it's through our app, if it's through third-party apps, etc. So we have to be very intentional about ensuring that the guest experience was covered, and that obviously we generated a positive experience for people to come back with us. So it's not just about the trial side, but it's about the frequency side. We desperately needed to have one single vendor that helped us navigate the challenge, but also have one vendor that had the right level of support, experience, hands-on approach, right? So Bernardo did a very thorough analysis of different vendors across the globe. We discussed a few of the options. Obviously, we landed in pros and cons and the evaluation, and he was able to lock down one regional deal with Menu, with Mexico as the first country, right? So Mexico was central part of the overall negotiation. So it was important that we had the right partner for us to codify a regional business case that could eventually then travel to Brazil, Argentina, Colombia, etc., etc. As I said, it's first of all setting foot in the Latin American reality, right? Regardless of Menu being European, we felt that sense of wanting to help and make things happen, which is, breakthrough. And to me, it's been, I think, a big part of the success. And also enabling the partnership from day one with the right people and the right flexibility around the situation. Because Mexico is very different from Brazil, from Argentina, etc. We are the one market where RBI designs and implements the marketing strategy for the business, right? So it's been a market that has been consistently growing for RBI. So it's become a benchmark in many ways. I mean, the country has been one of the fastest growing markets for the BK system before COVID. Then now after COVID, we've been one of the fastest to recover sales and the growing trend. And one of the things that also is important to mention is we have a very complex business here because we have over 19 franchisees. So it's not a simple one, right? So over 400 restaurants divided in 18 or 19 franchisees, depending on the moment in time. And in reality, it's as I said, it's a complex context. And honestly, if you make it work in Mexico, you can make it work anywhere else because of the complexity that it has, and also because Menu has been fundamental now to recover the growth of the business and to position BK as the leading QSR brand within the digital landscape. been a journey. We started out with obviously the implementation of the app, in parallel also integrating menu to the POS systems of our franchisees, and really trying to find a way to ensure that we have the right solution, right, for what the business needed at the moment. And we started out with the implementation of the mobile app with the basic features in the beginning, right? But at the same time, it was centered in the full CRM stack context or landscape. So we started out gathering, or we changed and evolved into, I would say, a very holistic and comprehensive CRM stack with menu in the center of everything, right? So we came from having a basic mobile app that was only serving as a coupon app and evolved it into a full CRM stack where, as I said, menu is in the center and the heart of everything we do. And we're centralizing all the data, and we can have now full CRM capabilities to understand who we're talking with, who we're acquiring as a user, what type of guest behavior does he or she has within our ecosystem. And then over time, we've been able to add additional features. With menu, we had smart couponing in the beginning where we were able to know which coupon was Jolanta or Memo redeeming, with which frequency. We also had the geolocation services enhanced, so we could tell how many people were redeeming a coupon or how many people were visiting a restaurant in a certain amount of time. And everything, as I said, really interconnected with menu in the heart of the ecosystem. And along the way, we've been able to add different functionalities, right? So nowadays we already have mobile ordering enabled. We have over 150 restaurants now up and running, and the goal is to have over 300 over the course of the next 4 to 6 weeks, now with our biggest franchisee getting on board. So that has been fundamental to really be able to close the full funnel, right? From acquisition to transaction, which is in the end what we as a business want. And many other features, right? So we relaunched our website back in February, March, really making a step change versus what we had in the past. Great functionalities, also interconnected into our digital ecosystem, and everything obviously strictly linked with our digital media plan and centralizing everything in our CDP to be able to target and retarget effectively. So from mobile app coupons to web-based coupons. And 2 weeks ago, we launched web ordering, which is also one of the great features that we have added into the ecosystem. So it's been a long way since we started. Lots of things that we've added. I think we're super happy and proud that, I mean, PK, as I said, is recalled and recognized as the leading player in Mexico within the QSR industry. And it's been only because of the great partnership that we've been able to achieve with Menu, and how Menu has been flexible to really also integrate with the rest of our partners within the digital ecosystem to really be able to centralize everything into a single stack that we can manage and that we can use to the advantage of the brand and the business. And then what's coming, I think there's a lot. I mean, I think the journey is never ending, to be honest. It's about piloting, learning, testing, and really, I would say, sticking with the pieces of the puzzle that we think have worked best, right? So for us, we have loyalty coming up ahead, which is something we're working with Menu as well, and pilot of loyalty, which is going to be a big driver of the business for frequency matters as well, and to really maximize the ordering and transacting functionality. And then adding additional features like kiosks into the restaurants, like I said, voice ordering, and the options are never ending. Work hand in hand with the operations team, because I mean, we can dream of great stuff and we can picture everything in PowerPoint, or we can see it even in the mobile phone, right? But it doesn't happen if the full sale doesn't come through and it lives through the operational side. So a lot of things happening. There's rush hour, you know, there's a crazy level of hecticness happening in the restaurants. So clearly there was a need for us to work this hand in hand with the ops team to try to simplify as much as possible. So it's been work that the Menu team has been helping us manage and work along and hand in hand with the ops team to really have the right trainings in the right moments in time, so we can really deploy the full flow of any order. We started out with thorough tests in each of the restaurants to understand how it worked, how the order flowed, and for people in the restaurants to understand what was happening and what they needed to do, right? To really ensure that they could play their part and we close the loop into a successful order and a potential repurchase from that guest. Anyone can have a mobile app, right? But first of all, you need to have the right mobile app, which we know we have with Menu, but then we also need to have the right acquisition strategy to really bring along all the guests into our new features and to really joining us in the ecosystem. So we started out with many communication campaigns, and we've done it hand in hand with the Menu team. So we've done campaigns related to soccer, which is huge in Mexico. We've done it with back to school. We made a contest to give away TVs when people were going back to school, but school was virtual. So we wanted people to learn in high definition. And how do we do it? Through the app, so people can participate, redeem coupons. And we had Christmas in the middle of August last year because everyone wanted 2020 to finish, right? And we did. We had this very aggressive coupon for Christmas in August, only available through the app, right? So we did this campaign, as I said, with soccer, where people could bet in their teams, and we created these different cohorts where you were root for your favorite team only through the BK app. So it's been a journey. We recently had, I would say, the breakthrough campaign of Hamburger Day, which was clearly the most relevant one we've had in quite some time. We were able to step change the volume of users dramatically with Hamburger Day, which combined a great creative concept with also a great guest journey through Menu to be able to redeem a very aggressive coupon and for people to we literally packed the restaurants. It was madness, right? And we packed our app and CRM ecosystem with a huge number of users, which was a great achievement. So for us to really partner with them and to really show them the functionalities and the benefits of working with Menu and what you get in return, even if you're small, you see the benefits, right? Because you see that, first of all, you have a partner that has right level of support, hands-on attitude, understands the Latin America reality, understands the complexity of the market, is patient enough, because I think patience is it's a huge virtue here. I mean, we're on the other side of the world trying to make craziness happen here, right? And of course, it needs to happen through the operation, through the franchisees teams, right? So I think, I mean, for any given restaurant chain or operator, I think, I mean, we shouldn't be scared of thinking, oh, it's going to be, first of all, crazy complex or crazy expensive to work with these guys that work with BK. I think it's quite the opposite, because in our journey, we've been able to, like I said, work with small franchisees that have from 0 to 5 restaurants to bigger ones that have 0 to 160. And sometimes you find that the small ones receive the benefit even sooner because it's a smaller operation and they can get up to speed with capitalizing on the benefits of all the different functionalities within the landscape that Menu offers sooner than someone who has a bigger structure and is probably slower or takes more time for the people to adapt, or you have more people to train. I mean, you get the benefits from day one, and it's about really having the right partner, and inside, of course, focusing on making things happen for for us to bring to life the solution. I don't recall any moment in time where we've put up a crazy project in front of Menu's eyes and we've received a no for an answer, right? There's always a, okay, let's process it. Let's understand how to make it happen. And I think the spirit of learning and to really, the trial and error spirit that we have in both companies, BK and Menu, has been fundamental for us to find this cadence, right? Where, of course, we get pushbacks and challenges. It's normal in any given relationship, right? But clearly we come from a place where we didn't have that level of flexibility, that level of expertise, and that level of openness to really pilot things and to really, go take it to the next step or to the next level. And as I said, loyalty is coming up. We just launched web ordering 2 weeks ago. We're about to launch the order fulfillment piece, so for white label delivery. And it's been, I mean, if you count the number of things that are happening in parallel, it's very numerous, and we've been able to, through Menu, manage all of these integrations in the back, There has never been a no for an answer. It's been a matter of timing, pacing, prioritizing. So to me, we come from that world that you mentioned, where we had one single, we had a solution that we thought was the right one, but then we faced a lot of complexity to evolve that solution and to really fulfill our ambition to expand within the landscape. Nowadays, it's a whole different story. We have the right partner with the right level of flexibility, hands-on attitude, and then like I said, I think, I mean, we even had, I mean, I think this exemplifies how good of a partner we found in Menu is we have now people that speak Spanish hired by Menu to really be able to bring to life the different pilots and the different franchisees up and running with the transacting capability, because they found a way to make it happen. I'm taking a new challenge within the VK organization. I'm moving into the global team. I'm going to be working for innovation and portfolio. I think my story with Menu isn't finished yet. I'm looking forward to working with the Menu team again. I think everything nowadays is going to be centered around guest experience, you know? So clearly, I mean, I think this is not the end of the journey with Menu and with the digital landscape. So I'm going to be hand in hand with the Latin America team, but I will also work with the other regions around the globe. The future for the category is going to be, or is already, you know, and maybe we don't realize it as much as we should, but it's all centered around availability of the digital channels for our guests, right? I think the more availability we have, the closer we will be able to be to our guests. Maybe they want to order, maybe they just want to find a restaurant, maybe they want to file a complaint because the last order didn't fulfill their expectations. In the end, the more available we are, the closer connection we will have with these guests and the higher chances that we will have to generate a new frequent guests, right? So for me, it's about availability and really ensuring that the guest experience, regardless of the channel, is as good as it can be. So this omni-channel reality nowadays is part of our day-to-day, and we clearly need to have these processes and this ecosystem very well established, work with the right partners, and ensure that we have the right support inside and through our partners to maximize the guest experience.